there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I am showing you a project that I'm actually making for a craft fair this weekend. I've got these deep frames from that wonderful Swedish store IKEA, which is pretty much global these days. Obviously I've still got to take off the covers for them, but that is going to be one of the items I've got for sale at the craft fair. So I thought I would show you how I've made it. It's really simple, but I think it's really cute. It would be great in a holiday home that's by the sea, or in a bathroom, that sort of thing. So let's have a look at how to make it. I am using some of our watercolour paper. I'm also using the Waterfront stamp set, which was in the Spring Summer catalogue and has carried over to the new annual. So you'll be able to get it after June. So, however, if you want it, why not get it now? So let's get started. I built this kind of in a back to front sort of way. So I did the background after I had done the foreground, and the reason for that was so that these colours were clear, as in clean, and so that they've actually got a very slight, I don't know if you can see the white border. Yes, you can here. They've got a white border which helps make them pop. So I actually used the Stamparatus to make this card, but I don't think it's needed for this particular project. It was a just in case, and the only reason I used it was because with watercolour paper you can get a not particularly defined image sometimes, but bearing in mind that the Waterfront stamp set isn't meant to have a defined image, why? You know, I decided it really wasn't necessary. So I'm starting with this long stripe here. These are images shown at 95%. So I'm starting with this one, and I'm going to ink it up in Sahara sand because it's sand. So I thought I would ink it up with sand. I have cut the card for this so that it is kind of just the right sort of size for the frame. Now obviously if you've got a different size frame, you're going to have a different sized size. You're going to have a different size. I'm sorry, I don't seem to have a brain today, just for a change. So I'm popping this about a third up from the bottom, or 2/3 down from the top, and I'm just going to stamp that. And I might stamp it again, but I don't mind if it's not exactly over the top. Now obviously if I were using the Stamparatus, that would be really easy to line up again, but it really doesn't matter. So let me grab, I've just taken delivery of my new chamois. So let's clean up my stamp with that. I have sprayed this with some water. It fits perfectly in one of our clear stamp cases, so the standard stamp case. I've had this for a while, I mean a few days. It's beginning to dry up at the edges, but it's fine. It is washable as well. So you just use water, you don't need to use stamp cleaner. It's made to work just with water. So that's the island, for want of a better word. Don't need the Sahara sand anymore, so I'll pop that away. Now I need our tree trunks. That's the word, soft suede, and just pop those at the end of our island. Perfect. And clean up my stamp. It almost feels sacrilege to get my nice clean stamp cleaner dirty, but it's what it's there for, so I'm not going to have a problem with it. Right, now the top of our palm trees, I have got the new version of Old Olive, so I'm going to use that. It's really easy. You just open it up and slide. It becomes easier to slide the more you use it. They are a little stiff to begin with, but the more you use it, it's like the old style. The more you use them, the easier they become to open. So that's that. Just stamp that off before I clean it. Right, don't need that. So next I need my little baby A block and the huts. And I'm going to do the huts in Blueberry Bushel and Lovely Lipstick because I've got them. So I will, actually I might even, will I do one in, no, I thought I might do one in Call Me Clover, but I won't. I'm going to do, now I am going to do these an odd way around. I'm going to start in the middle and work out. May not be odd. As I say, they get easier to open the more you do. So open them more frequently and you will find them easier to open. So just ink that up with the Lovely Lipstick and I'll pop that in the middle of my space. And again, I'm just going to stamp that off over to the side before I pop it on my lovely new chamois. And yes, the stamp has stained because red stains stamps, and it's fine. They still work perfectly well and you don't end up with the wrong colour. It's just a stain, and stain, as we know, is clean dirt. So we don't worry about it. Now, one of the advantages, and I've used this set a lot, one of the advantages of the chamois is that the Stampin' Scrub I love. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Stampin' Scrub, but it can leave fibres on your stamps, and obviously the chamois doesn't. So let's just pop one hut, and I want a reasonable space between the two because I want to be able to get in with an aqua painter, and the other hut. So there we go. And this is sort of between Dapper Denim and Pacific Point. It's a really nice, I think of it as a royal blue. I'm using it on watercolour paper, is slightly cream. It's not as cream as Very Vanilla, but it is slightly cream. So it won't be as true a colour as if it was being used on Whisper White. But that's fine. So back to this one and our, I'm thinking of this as water. I don't know what it's meant to be used for, but I'm using it for water. And whilst we still have it, I'm using Soft Sky because I can, because we've still got it. If you like Soft Sky, remember A, that you can still buy it, and B, that if you spend £25 or for every £25 you spend with me in, I'm just trying to find a piece of scrap paper, in May, you will be entered to win a full colour caddy. And by full, I mean all of the 2017-2018 core colour families and the colour caddy will be effectively yours. If you win the prize draw. Now I'm going to stamp over this again. It again doesn't matter if it doesn't line up. I just want that to be slightly darker because I'm then going to come in with just a very light touch to, which I'll turn it over again, to just add that. And I will be coming in with some Soft Sky on an aqua painter in a moment. So yes, for every £25 you spend with me and use the Hostess Code in May, you will be entered to win my prize draw, which is a colour caddy and all the core colours as at the 2017-2018 catalogue. So it's an amazing prize. It's worth well over £200. So yeah. Right, the sun. I'm using So Saffron for the sun. So let's see, we'll pop the sun up here. And again, I'm going to come in again just to make it a really good sun. And that is actually all the stamping we're going to do. I will need the ink from So Saffron and soft sky again, but the first thing I'm going to do with my aqua painter is, actually, was I going to use this one? Or I've got two out. They're both the small, what I'd call nib, and the first thing I'm going to do is take that and just soften round the sun, because I want it to be that it's so hot that the sun is hazy. So that's that. Then the next thing is to do more so saffron. So I'm just squeezing the lid to get some ink in the lid and just pick some of that up. And I'm going to draw in my, for want of a better word, horizon. And I'm just going slightly behind the island. Now, the thing to watch is that you do not touch your huts, because if you do, they will run. I've got some kitchen towel just in case, but if you touch them with your aqua painter, the ink will run, because it is just a watercolour ink. So just blend that in. So do remember, we have got some discounted items. It's not a huge selection, but there are some discounted items on the discontinued list. So if you are looking for some bargains, look there, but also look at the clearance rack, because there are some amazing bargains there. The list of items available on the clearance rack is not getting longer. As things sell out, they are going, and obviously as things sell out generally, they are not now going to be replaced if they are retiring. So if you want something, do not hesitate, get it now. I cannot stress that enough. There's also real bargains by getting any of the Share What You Love bundles, because there is free stuff in all of the bundles. If you want the Gotta Have It All bundle, I'm switching over to Soft Sky. If you want the Gotta Have It All bundle, then frankly the best way to get that is to put it in a starter kit, because it will fit. Certainly if you're in the UK. I know in some other territories it doesn't, because you get different things in your starter kit that we don't get in Europe, like paper pumpkin. Can't get that in Europe, so we don't get that in our starter kit. But if you're in Europe, you can pop the Gotta Have It All bundle into your starter kit, which makes it even better value. So just bear that in mind. You can put the Gotta Have It All bundle and £11.25 of other product into your starter kit, and all for £99 plus free delivery. So you haven't got to worry about that £4.95 extra. It's free delivery. Now I am just adding obviously some Soft Sky to the whole thing. I may need to add some more ink to my lid, and I am smushing over where I've already stamped. But I knew I was going to do that, but it gives you that extra definition, particularly here where I did the double stamping. And then I'm just smushing, smushing being a technical term. I'm just going to dry the lid, which I know sounds weird, but I don't want to dilute the ink that's in the pad. So I'm drying the lid before I add more ink to the lid from the pad. And then need to get that really wet. Just need to come into the trees, and again I don't want to touch the trees because I don't want the old olive to run into the sky, and I'm dangerously close to that. So I'm going to come in with my dry kitchen towel just to make sure that I don't have an accident. Ooh, like that. Unfortunately, it was the blue, so blueberry bushel. So that doesn't matter quite as much as if it had been the lovely lipstick. So yes, the Share What You Love bundles are just amazing. You get, with the Gotta Have It All, you get the embellishment kit, you get the very vanilla envelopes, and you get the only way to get it stamp set, which is the Statement of My Heart, which is just wonderful. And don't think that that's just for demonstrators. Demonstrators were able to buy it separately before the bundles were available to customers, because, you know, we might just want that as a separate thing. It's not going to be available to customers other than in the bundle, but it's just such a lovely sentiment. If you do anything crafty, it's just brilliant. So please, please, please don't think that's just for demonstrators. It's not. It's for everyone. And it's free anyway. So why wouldn't you get it? And as I say, add it to your starter kit and it's just an amazing deal. You get, I want to say it's between 150 and 155 pounds worth of stuff in your starter kit, instead of the usual 130, which is amazing value anyway. But instead of that, you will get 150, 155 pounds of stuff in your starter kit. And you then get to buy other items from the annual catalogue at a discount. You will also get to buy from the autumn-winter catalogue at a discount, because you won't have to hit your monthly minimums until after the launch of the winter catalogue. So that's just amazing. Have I still got water in this? Yes, I have. Just want to dilute that a wee bit more. And there we go. Yay! All done. So that will then go into a frame, ready to be sold. I'll just smudge it, not smudge it, blot it. That's the word I'm looking for. So that will go into a frame ready to be sold this weekend. So here's the one I made earlier. Here's the one I've just made. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Aren't they fun? So get your aqua painter out and give it a go, and have fun. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks a lot.